One thing I will say is that on a daily basis, I'm either calling Rich or I'm talking to our police chief because I get messages all the time about drug house here in South Side or on the East End. They are working hard. Our drug task force is working very hard. Our police are working very hard. It's a difficult process to make drug busts these days. So moving on, we're going to go into our another recovery specialist. If you would call their helpline, you would get Stephen. And we have Stephen come here to talk for a couple minutes.
Hi, everybody. My name's Stephen. I'm a recovering drug addict in long-term recovery. I'm also a CRS at Highlands, as Mayor Lincoln said. I don't really like this microphone either, but we're gonna try and make it work anyway. So, I want to start by telling you a little bit about myself. Okay. My clean date, okay, is June 2nd of 2014. So in a couple months, if I don't take the first one, I'm going to have around 3 years clean. And it's been a long road. I'm so blessed to be here, to be able to talk to everybody and to have such a lineup and follow the speakers that I have, because, see, for a long time I was very sick because I had these misconceptions of what a drug addict was. And I'm so glad that a couple people have touched on it. See, when I heard the word, the term drug addict, I'm thinking a guy that lives under a bridge, probably a bottle in a paper bag, probably has a backpack, maybe a sleeping bag. I'm thinking dereliction, degradation, vagrant, words like that would come to mind. See, and that kept me sick for a while because I thought that's what it was. And I say that because, I had a lot of love growing up. I had a lot of love. And when I first started using drugs, it was to fit in. It was to fill a part with people. And, I can't tell you specifically at what time it became, it wasn't a choice for me anymore. But I can tell you that it always gave me a warm feeling. I felt like I had a shield of armor on. And it helped me. And growing up, just like Stephanie, Mr. Little told my story. It started in medicine cabinet. I just started taking pills from there, and it progressed. I always used. From the outside looking in, like I was a well-adjusted. I came from somewhat of a broken home, but I was a well-adjusted. Raised by a single mom and all that stuff. Everybody said you do so well given this or that, I never felt that way, so I would use, and it was always, that's not going to be me. I played sports, I was on the football team, I went to college, I did all these things, and I bought a house when I was like 22 years old. I thought I was doing all right, and from the outside I was, but I continued to use. I had this thing inside of me that I had to use, and as it progressed, I needed more drugs more often, okay? And then, this substance wouldn't work, so I moved to this substance, and this substance, and this substance, and I would always draw a line in the sand, and I would say, I'm never going to be that guy. I'm never going to be that guy. I'm never going to be the guy using heroin. It was never going to be me. And one day it became me. Like I said, the drugs became too much, and it's definitely a lie to think that people just start off and they're like, heroin's a good idea. That's a lie. I don't know anybody that's ever made that decision like that. It just kind of came upon me, and I will tell you, I'll share with you that when I made that decision, okay, I said just this one time. Just one time. I'm so sick. I can't get any of the prescription medicines off the street. Just one time. And that didn't happen either. It just became cheaper and easier, and I continued to use. So I don't want to take too much of your time, but I found myself, I said I'm a certified recovery specialist, and what I did was, I found myself, using heroin intravenously, and luckily I had some people that had some information that got me into a facility, an inpatient treatment. Again, I didn't know these things existed. Like, I get these guys coming in, with the center. I've been there for like a month, and I get these guys coming in and they're saying there's no resources. I need help. I need this. And you know, I didn't know where to look for myself. Like rehab was not. Here was my view on rehab. Okay, it was where like Amy Winehouse went to get out of DUI, or you know, I thought it was like, you know, like Passage's mouth, you know, like back rubs, acupuncture, things like this. And I truly thought that because I never sat in one of these swamp houses getting high, sitting there talking to the fellow people about what rehab's like. I didn't know. And that's part of why I'm here. It's part of why I'm a CRS. It's part of why I'm at Highlands. Is because people just don't know. They don't. I had no idea. You know, I didn't know that there were so many rehabs around. You know, and I will say too, a lot of the guys I've met so far, like I don't live far from here. I'm technically in Westmoreland County, but a lot of those guys say like, you know, there's no help and stuff. And I've been working with a lot of guys for a long time, even before coming to Highlands. And you know, I'd say like, yeah, right, because it's always like someone's taking care of it, right? Like they got this, whoever they are, you know, someone is. And I come to Highlands, and I mean no disrespect to any other people that are here and stuff, but what we have here is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. There's not that many options for guys, and I'm so grateful that we're able to do that there. You know, just to give you a little bit more, you know, what my job is, and Stephanie covered it like to a T, but my job is to be like the guy that sat and talked with me and told me that I wasn't suffering from a moral dilemma. You know what I mean? He told me that once I took the first one, that was, you know, I couldn't stop. Because the disease is very cunning, okay? It's very baffling. And the real crux of it is like, if you're someone who suffers from the disease of addiction, right? It's the only disease where the person suffering from it has to admit that they have it in the first place to get treated. You know, that makes it very tough. So, what I'm saying is up there, you know, across the street from the ER, there's the outpatient building. That's where we're located. So when guys come in, I try and give them the same empathy that was afforded to me. You know, I talk to them, I fill them out, I tell them where I've been. You know, I give them empathy, man, it's the best way I can put it. I tell them I've been there too. You know, so I don't know what else much I have for you. You know, I'm very happy that there's a lot of people in attendance. It definitely speaks volumes to what's going on in the community. And please, you know, if you came here with any questions, I'll be at the booth right over there. You can come ask. If you know anybody that needs help, send them our way. You know, Stephanie, as Stephanie said before me, we're not miracle workers. It is a very grueling process to get an inpatient bed, but we try our best. We got someone right in today. It worked out. Yeah, we're a resource for you guys. So please come see us. Thank you.
As you can see, if you know anybody right here, Stephen, he can straight talk you up right now. You can call him. He'll give you the straight truth. He'll offer you the help. That's what I'm excited about having Highlands here, Center of Excellence here now. We actually have a resource here in town. You have a number you can call, talk to him on the telephone, go visit him up at their center up at the hospital. So I'm just thank you, Stephen, for coming. And, you know, it takes a lot to get in front of people and tell them about what you did in your life. And one aspect I didn't really know that comes to play with this is insurance. I'm starting to learn all about this stuff. You know, how much Medicaid, how many days Medicaid costs. And Aaron Zolbroth from the health insurance store just going to talk briefly about that part of the insurance, what you can do, and how you can make sure you have insurance so you can get help.
Quite honored to be on the stage with some great people. Michelle, Stephanie, Haley, Stephen, thanks for coming up with me so great and talking about this. It's a really eye-opening evening for me. Like the gentleman from the Attorney General's office said, this thing is definitely growing. We do a cleanup. I organize a cleanup every year. This is going to be our fourth one. The first year we had it, we found one needle, I think. The second year, I think we found 5. Last year, we found too many to count. And we actually discovered like a man-made cave that some people had built where they were hiding under the side of the building by the shopping safe. They were shooting up and they found too many needles to even, just so many. I think Chief may remember that they went down there and had destroyed clean it out. So, I mean, it's definitely growing. I can't imagine how many we're going to find this year. But definitely eye-opening. I'm going to keep mine short. I know this is running a little bit long. What I just want to do is just make sure to offer our services at the health insurance store as far as helping people apply for Medicaid. I'm quite sure most people who are suffering from addiction are probably not going to be gainfully employed. So they're probably not going to be working, so most everybody should qualify for Medicaid. We will help, our commitment to the community is we will help do those applications for you. Keep it simple. I had a PowerPoint presentation, but I'll just keep it simple. If anybody needs help applying for Medicaid for themselves or a loved one, you can send them into our office over here in town, 121 Pittsburgh Street. We have a staff member who's dedicated to doing those applications. We can do it very quickly online. Right now, basically, if you're 138% or less of the federal poverty level, you're going to be approved. It doesn't matter if you have any assets, so somebody maybe inherited some money that has it locked away, they can't touch it, having retirement accounts or anything like that, doesn't matter. It's what you're basically making today is going to be your qualifications for Medicaid. Again, so assets are not included, and approval now can be immediate. So out of the last 4 or 5 of these applications I've done personally, I think 2 or 3 have been approved on the spot, where they have access to your prior tax records, and if it shows we state you're not currently working, and it shows in your tax return that you last filed that you made under 138% of the poverty level. I've had these things approved immediately, and you don't need to send in any documentation whatsoever. That doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen, and your benefits will start that day. And I would suggest that you contact Stephen or Highlands and let them help you find a bed. Because just getting the Medicaid obviously is not enough. You have to have somebody that can navigate that system for you. Stephen said it's not easy to do that, but these guys can probably make it quite a bit less taxing. They know who to call and how to find those open spots. What I've discovered is that if you do qualify for Medicaid, it's quite normal to be given 4 days of detox, 28 days in an inpatient facility, and then sometime possibly in a halfway house, what they call residential treatment. Outpatient, we personally talk about that. Outpatient with Medicaid can be limited. So if you're having a problem with that, one thing you can do, if you want to help out a family member that's suffering from addiction, if you drop Medicaid, if you lose it for whatever reason, voluntary, involuntary, you qualify to then get a private health insurance plan. You can't get a private insurance plan right now if you're currently uninsured. So if you're currently uninsured today, you cannot buy a private insurance plan. You can't buy it directly from Highmark or UPMC, and you can't get it through the marketplace. It's just not possible. However, if you qualify for Medicaid, that can be done anytime during the year. And if you drop Medicaid on your own, because maybe you're not getting enough outpatient treatment, you can go purchase, you qualify for what's called a special enrollment period, and you can go purchase a private plan. And they must accept you. They cannot deny you for any pre-existing conditions. And part of the provisions of the Affordable Care Act says those private insurance plans have to cover substance abuse, which includes inpatient and outpatient treatment for substance abuse and mental health disorders. So again, the best thing I can just tell you is that just call the office, we'll help you, or a loved one. A lot of times, we've done this lots of times for people who have children or loved ones who are addicts. They'll come down, if you know your son or daughters or whoever you're trying to help, social security number, and we have an address, we can basically, you know their birthday, we can apply for Medicaid. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to do that. So if you want to pick up a card or refer anybody to us, we'd be more than happy to help anybody do that. If you have any questions as far as the health insurance side goes, we'd be more than happy. Thank you.
And just one other thing, Aaron actually has started a nonprofit. It's called Teach. They are looking to partner with Highlands through their Center of Excellence. And what their plan is that once a person goes through, gets rehab, and gets back on the learning track, they'll step in and help with job training, help them try to find a job. So it's a pretty cool nonprofit. They have a Facebook page, Teach. Is there a web?
Teachpa.org.
Teachpa.org. Check them out. It's a really great resource we're going to have here in the community to help people going through addiction to get back on their feet and help them recover. So I just want to thank Aaron once again for being here tonight and talking about that, because that's one thing most people don't think about is insurance, and so that's another aspect we better really look into. Our last speaker tonight is going to be our state representative, Brian Warner. He's just going to talk briefly about our local, county, now we're here with the state is going to help out with this opioid